today's session, understanding the cloud. Okay. And we will be sharing information like I said, I will be sharing information from my slide deck, and then finally doing some demo also. Before we move into the session, just to share the objectives, of this session are understanding cloud services, a brief introduction about cloud services, and that also the ones which we normally use. Cloud services is a very vast subject, and very soon everything will migrate to the clouds only. But the common aspects which we use, that is what we will be covering in this session. Popular free cloud storage services like Google, Microsoft, and Apple. Okay. I will be going through, we will be doing a walkthrough of these services, and to know more about them and certain tips on managing cloud services. Besides this, if you're hoping to learn anything, please put that in the chat box, and I will try and answer that to the best of my ability within the session. Or if not possible, then I will include links in the notes of this session. Before I move ahead, a very warm welcome, Madhurji, to the session, and I hope you're doing great. Now, time for some question and answer. This question sets the tone for the session. Just wanting to know, how many cloud services do you use? Okay. Cloud services, like I said, are Google. Common services are Google. Any kind of services from certain services from Microsoft, and there are certain services from Apple also, or the iOS if you're using the iOS system. Moving ahead, just a little bit of knowledge, information about what is cloud services. When we talk about cloud services, it means it is a wide range of services which are delivered, on demand. It is free, but we have to demand it, So when we say we have to demand it, means we have to create our account there. And once the account is created, then these services are delivered to us. And in order to access these services, we need an internet-ready device. Internet-ready device could be any. Any means it could be, just to name a few, it could be a smartphone, the calling phones that we have. It could be a tab, a tablet, or an iPad, or it could be a laptop, or a desktop, even smart, the actual smart televisions. Now, televisions are also smart TVs, the originals that come in, the smart TV, as well as watches. Watches are also there. So they are all, we can access cloud services from any of these kind of equipment. So now these services, the best thing about them is that they are designed to provide easy, very user-friendly. We just need to know from where to do what. And when I say user-friendly, there are steps, when we try and use them, they guide us also. So that is the thing. And affordable, not to miss that word. Okay. Affordable, because most of the services, the basic services, they are free. But after the basic services are over, and if we want more, then we have to pay. Or if we don't want to pay, we have to organize ourselves. There are ways by which we can organize that limited space which is given to us for free. And with that, we get access to applications and resources. Lots of resources are there, which we will explore when I do the demo. Now, the best thing about this is all that we need is that device and internet. But there is no external kind of hardware or software that is required. Yes, on devices, we might need have to download applications, and that's it. Right? So we don't need to upgrade our system and all to kind of use the cloud services. Moving ahead, sharing some of the advantages of cloud services. Right? When we are talking of advantages, the first thing, most of the cloud services allow collaboration on shared files. We share those files, and when we share those files, then the individuals with whom we have shared those files can work on them. We give them the permission. There are various kinds of permissions which we give them, and depending on the kind of permission, they can also work on those files. So, and that is a great way of collaboration, irrespective of distances and time zones, because this is over the internet, and any individual with an internet connection can, access these services. Any of the edits that are made, okay, when we're talking about collaboration, if there is any edit, say supposing Beena ji, who is a resident in, I think nowadays she's at Mumbai, if I'm not mistaken, or her hometown at Hyderabad. If if we share a file and she makes any kind of edits in that file, then it is in real time. As she is making that edit, it will be visible to me at my location, which could be anywhere in the world, as long as there is internet and I have the option to access that file. Besides that, a cloud service also gives a lot of storage. Various, like Google, it gives a different limit to storage. Apple or the iCloud gives a different space, and so does Microsoft. So what we can do is that in that space we can store videos, PDFs, presentations, or any kind of photos that we wish to do, besides a host of other things that are there. In these, when we talk about, when I said, in the previous slide about resources, one of the resources that they provide is templates, and that is available in Google and Microsoft spaces. I will, share this when I go into the demo mode. We can also, access, since it's in the cloud. Cloud means it's not on the machine. It is there out in the, on third-party machines. So, which can be accessed from anywhere. So, if by any chance, we are using any third-party machine, we can, access that. And it's not necessary that we have our own system. Anybody else's system also, we can access that. Okay. So that is what it means by access documents through third-party machines. And a very good feature is synchronize all machines. Anytime, say if we are using 4 machines. When I say 4 machines, means 1 tablet, 1 cell phone, or 2 cell phones, 2 computers, or 10 computers, or anything of that sort. We can see the same file in all the 10 of them. So that is what synchronization means. It will be synchronized across all machines. Now, here we are talking about Google, and this is the screenshot. Okay. Anyone, you can put your answers in the chat box. Anyone not having a Google account, or when I say Google account, means either a Gmail ID or a direct Google account. Anyone not having a Google account? Usha ji? You have a Google account?
Yes, sir, I have.
Very good. Good to know that. So you then you will be using all the services that I mentioned of. And how about you, Madhurji? Do you have a Google account or a Gmail ID?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yes, sir, I have.
Very good. Good to know that. So if this will be great, then you don't need to create another account unless you wish to for a different reason. Otherwise, all the services that I will be referring to, you will have access to them. Now, after we create our account, when we create our account, this is the one. There are many features that we get with the account. This is the screenshot on a laptop or on a computer, and this is the screen that we get. In order to access any of them, what we do is we go on to clicking these 9 dots on the right hand side, where this image is in the second row. These 9 dots, when we click on them, we get all the cloud services that are offered by Google. And most important of them is, the most commonly used are 2. One is Gmail. Gmail is also a cloud-based service. That's why we can access it from anywhere. The next most common service that is used, that we use on a daily basis, of course, YouTube could be, but not talking about YouTube, but Google Drive. But within Drive, we get storage space, and storage space of 15 GB. Right? So when we click on this Drive, and this is the home screen of the Drive. Right? And the navigation buttons are on the left-hand side. Okay. The navigation menu as such. Right? Moving ahead, this in the first screenshot, we see, we have all these services up till the Drive. We have more, calendar, translate. Google Photos is also a cloud service. Right? And besides that, there are other applications like Finance, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Blogger. These are all, cloud-based services, and these are resources that are offered by Google when we create the account. Okay. And this is the last one. Hangouts, Jamboard, something that I always share. Classrooms, and other things there. Okay, forms, very extensively used resources. These are all screenshots. This section is for resources. Besides that, when we come on to the home screen of Google Drive, we get to see all the files that are here. At the top, we see the files, and below there is a list of folders. They're all in the cloud. Anything that we have uploaded on the cloud, we can access it from anywhere. So this is the advantage, the biggest advantage. And besides that, we can share also. We will be also. I will also be taking you to a live, and this. The second is, of course, Microsoft. Microsoft, again, this is the home screen. And those of us who wish to create a Microsoft account, they need to go to this website. It's a secure website. That's why you see the padlock there. And it's account.microsoft.com. Okay. And when we go into that account, okay, and go into the screen, what we can do is we can create a Microsoft account. Same as we create a Google account, we can create with any existing ID, or we can opt for a new ID. And at the same time, we can sign in from here. I will also be going into a Microsoft account and showing you the details there. Once we are in the Microsoft account, we get all these resources. Okay. Calendar, Microsoft Excel, Forms, OneDrive. OneDrive is something which is very similar to what we call it Google Drive. Okay. And when we create a Microsoft account, we get 5, okay, 5 GB of cloud space, which we can use. Okay. So this is the amount of space that we get. Okay. While doing the demo, I will take you through OneDrive also there. Besides that, we get a OneNote, which is again a very great scheduling application that we get with the account. And Outlook, which is equivalent to Gmail, we can use that also. And the PowerPoint, Skype, Sway is something like PowerPoint, and slightly advanced feature. So Microsoft Teams, which is equivalent to Google Meet, or as we are talking on Zoom, it is something very similar to that also. Okay. Now, Vaishnavi, can you clear the annotations, and disable annotations also, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is, and when we go below that, we find that, the to-do list as well as Microsoft Word and access to other applications from Microsoft also. Like Bing is the search engine, and MSN, of course, is being phased out, but it is still there, and rewards if we earn any. And this is the homepage for OneDrive. We see all the folders here, and we see all the files here. And when we are onto what we call it this files, what Microsoft does is, if we see from here, there are photos here itself. Okay. There is no different application for that. Okay. It is Microsoft Photos. It is on OneDrive. And besides that, in Microsoft, we get this personal vault. It's a safe place where we can store files. Okay. And even if we give access to any other individual, they will not get access to these files here because it's a personal vault, like our personal locker, as we say that. Okay. And on the file, on this, we can see here, it says 1.4 GB or 5 GB used. So it lets us know as to how much space is available there. Okay. Besides that, the last of which I will be covering is the Apple ID. Apple ID, as we all know, is very, very essential to create an Apple account. All individuals who use Apple devices have to create an Apple ID. And once we create that Apple ID, it goes in again from on the computer. Let me share some information with you. Apple ID can also be created on a Windows computer. Previously, it was such that the Windows and the Mac softwares did not match, but now that thing has been eased to a great extent. And what we can do is we can create an Apple ID. We can access either the smartphone, Apple phone, or the tab from a Windows computer by downloading the iTunes. And then, we can do all the good things that we do from a Mac machine also. This is also a secure website because there is a padlock here, and it is Apple ID, Apple APPLEID.apple.com. And that is the website from where we can create our ID as well as sign in. At the top, where you can see here, sign in, and by the side of that is create your Apple ID. When we create our Apple ID, we get iCloud. Okay. Now, 3, this is the third one. iCloud also gives us 5 GB space. This also gives us 5 GB space. And, we need to log in to go into the Apple ID. Okay. Now, when we are onto the into the app cloud, this is the screenshot of the cloud, okay, of the iCloud as such. And from here, as we see, photos is here, and of course, the notes, find my phone, numbers, our contact list, any kind of mails that we have configured, you would find them, you could access them from here itself. Okay. Now, in the iCloud also, in the cloud also, like iCloud Drive. This is the iCloud Drive. This is where we store our files which we upload there. And when I click on that, this is the iCloud Drive. And any kind of folders that are stored there or files, we can access them from here. And in order to upload, there are this is the cloud with a picture, of an arrow going up. We can upload pictures, files from this place also. And when I'm onto the iCloud, it will also show me how much is of space is available. Like it says here, 4.94 GB available at that time when the screenshot was taken. Here I will stop share, and while I go into the drive, any questions from anyone? Any questions? And a very warm welcome, Tavishi ji, to the session. Any questions from what I have shared so far? Okay. And Vaishnavi, are there any questions in the chat from the lobby?
No, sir.
Okay, just let me know if there are any questions there. Okay. And before I go into sharing screen, a very warm welcome to Nisha ji and RB who have joined after I started the session. Requesting the member by the name of RB to please rename yourself, or please let us or my colleague Vaishnavi know your full name so that we can rename the screen name.
Sure, sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. So sharing screen, and when I go into share screen, we will be going into the Google Drive. Okay. With me, I am slightly, a little bit more aware of technology. So I have my accounts synchronized. Okay. So now, when I say synchronized, any machine that I access, I can access whatever I wish to. Even from here, when I was showing you the screenshot, I will go into the Google Mail, and when I'm into the mail, these 9 dots here. These 9 dots that are here, I just click on that. Okay. And when I click on that, okay, I get all these options here, all the resources. Okay. And from these resources, we can, check on, or rather work on these resources. That is the best thing. Now, the storage space that is given, or rather everything is in the clouds. Whatever we see here, everything is in the clouds. We can access them from any device. Okay. From any device using our account. Okay. So that's why we say they are in the cloud. Now, moving over into the drive. Okay. This is the cloud storage space. And this is what is used, or rather should be efficiently used to store files and to share them. This is the screenshot of my drive. Okay. And when I go down, if you can see at the top, the whichever files that we last worked on, they are here. And any of the folders, that were there, they come up here. Here, sharing a tip about organizing in Google Drive, the same way, follow the same principles that we follow on our computer or on the hard disk of our computer. As we say, as it goes, files are best when clubbed together and stored in folders. That way, what happens is that the folder. I mean, this way. Say, for example, if this is the folder, and if I open it, okay, there are 3 files here, okay, and they pertain to just this, particular folder by the name of schedule. All the files are here. Okay. Now, when the files are here, that's one location from where I can check on those files. Okay. And I don't have to keep on scrolling like this and like this. Now, all the documents that you see here, these are open files. Okay. It takes a long time to kind of, go through them and find the exact file. Okay. So avoid this. Avoid this by creating folders and moving it to them. So here now we have all these folders, and when we come up, okay, when we go down, the navigation menu is from here, and when we come down, it says it gives me storage 6.33 GB of 15 GB used. If I run out of space, it will start warning. When it starts warning, either I delete whatever is not required, number one, and this space is for all the applications, be it Gmail, be it Google Photos, all the applications that are there. So if I have unnecessary photos, I will delete them. If there are unnecessary documents here, I will delete them and at the same time, delete them from the bin also. Once deleted from the bin, then they are gone forever. Otherwise, cyclic, they are removed, and once removed, they are gone. Another great way of sharing, or rather any file that we create. Now, what we can do is, again, from the organizing point of view, we can star that file. And here is the option of starring. When we open the file, okay, when we click open the file, okay, where the name of the file is, okay, where the name of the file is at the top, demo, sharing, and editing. By the side of that is star. If I click on this, it gets starred. Starred means, something which is important, right? Or which we have to access all the time. Even if I close this file, if I go into the starred element, it comes up here, demo, sharing, and editing. So a great way to locate files very quickly, right? Another thing, if other users have shared files with you, just click on shared with me. And once you click on that, any kind of files that have been shared, they will come up here. And besides that, of course, we have the search engine, and that is a different. Our search engine is for any files that is there in the drive. Not going into search engine because that is for searching. Here we are talking about organizing. In order to create new documents, wherever we see plus sign and new, we hit this. The first section is file upload. If it's a single file, we upload it. If it's a complete folder, we upload the folder. And if we want to, the second, the third section as such, Here is all what we call as creating. Plus in Google normally refers to creating or new. So if I click on Google Docs, if I hit on from template, as I was shared from that, these are resources that are there. Okay. Any kind of resumes that we want, any kind of CVs that we wish to make, any kind of letters that we wish to write, these are all here in the drive. And irrespective, when we create, when we work on this file also, the template will not go. It will remain there. What we have saved, what we have done, will be saved in the drive. The template is not touched as such. And the best advantage of working in the drive is that we don't have to do Control S or save a file every time we make any changes there. It is auto saved. Okay. So this was about the drive, and anything when we need to check as to another point for organizing is when I click on storage. Okay, when I click on storage, it gives me all the files that are here and how much space it is using. Okay. So if there are unnecessary files or large files, we can delete that also. Okay. Now, the other way of managing the storage, I will again share screen from the same Gmail ID and take you to another what we call it another app which is used, which is offered by Google and which we have to use for organizing space. I go into share screen again, and this is my mailbox. From here, I go into the Google Apps as such, and I bring it down. When I bring it down, I come on to Google One. I click here. And when I come on and click here, it gives me the entire, 42% used. This 544 MB I can clean. And if I want notifications, I can turn this on. Okay. Now here, okay. Plus, if I want to back up the entire system as such, I go on to, picking it up from here. For this account, I have kept it as off because I don't need to back this up. I go into storage, and when I get into storage, it gives me all their details. Google Drive, what am I using? Google Photos, 6.18 GB. If we want to delete, we start deleting from here. Click on this, go on to Photos, and start deleting. The other ways, we also control what we back up. Backup of the phone, we sync media, or share attachments, or whatever we wish to do, we do it from here. Okay, backup from your phone, whatever we want to do. Okay. Sync media, when I hit that, when I use 15 GB of space. Store files, I can store files. Share attachments, when a mail comes, we can directly save the attachment onto Google Drive. I do that in the session on Gmail. Now, I stopped sharing screen from here, and questions, if any, can keep on coming while I set my tab onto the Microsoft account. Okay. You can put that in the chat box, or you can briefly unmute yourself and ask me also. And Vaishnavi, please keep a lookout if there are any questions from the lobby. Please do let me know.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Thanks for all the good and hard and smart work that you do Vaishnavi, and all your colleagues. We really appreciate that. Now going into share screen, and this is my Microsoft account. Okay, and within the Microsoft account, okay, what we see, is this is the account. I'm into the account, and these dots here, these are the applications. Clicking on this, when I click on this, we get all these applications. Outlook, OneDrive, Word. Now, Word is a resource. Word processing, same. PowerPoint, same. Excel, same. Except that certain features that are there in the software might not be there. Okay. But otherwise, basic functions, advanced functions, most of them are here. When we click on all apps, we get into a host of other options there. PowerPoint, Sway, Teams, Bing, MSN. I shared all this. Now from here itself, we go into OneDrive. When I click on OneDrive, this is my OneDrive as such. Okay. Well, this is Google trying to sell. Microsoft trying to sell its services. For the time being, I'm not interested. So I just close it. That cross at the corner, just close it. Now on the drive, it is again, the navigation of the drive is from the left-hand side, where it's written Raju Gandha, and I am on to recent. When I go on to recent, anything that I did, it will come up here. And since this is one of my demo accounts, I don't literally go into, organizing this. But, we can organize all this by moving them to folders or deleting them. At the same time, if there are any photos, we get all the photos here. Any albums that we have uploaded, you can check that. Okay. Not wanting to do that. Okay. Coming back into my files here. The advantage of folders, something that I shared from there also. The same thing works here. This is a folder. I just click on this, and you see a whole lot of files are here. A whole lot of files are here. Otherwise, I would have to, check each and every kind of a file to see what the content was. So this space too, the best way again is deleting files, and here is the personal vault. If I click this open, it will ask me for my, there is a security code. I have to give a code, and then only can I, access this. So even if you give an access, someone else, although it doesn't happen until and unless you share your passwords. But if that happens, even if that happens, if there is anything in the vault, they will not be able to open it. So, okay, I just close that. So that is the beauty about this place here. Right? And, this also, it tells me, 1.4 used, 1.4 GB of 5G. This is the basic account. If we go over into, if you buy a 365, the Office 365 subscription, you get 1 TB of space, which would probably be, most of us, the daily kind of laptops that we use, they don't have that much of space. Okay, it's a huge amount of space there. And unless, you are a great photographer or, a great videographer and upload heavy files, it will, even in a lifetime, that kind of storage doesn't finish. Any questions on this, on OneDrive from anyone? Any questions from anybody? Okay. No issues. And here on the drive, just to let you know, within the drive itself, once we are on the drive, we just click on plus new. And from here, we create all the documents, okay? Forms, OneNote, PowerPoint, Excel, Word document, we can create. Plus, we can upload from here, okay? When we click on upload, it's either files or folder. The same thing that we saw in this thing. Okay. Now, even here, when we are onto, plus, if I go into, say, PowerPoint presentation, my favorite app, I love PowerPoint. And when I click on this, just to show you, the resources that are there, here we have all the options that are there. And like I'm sharing from here, from Google Drive, see, these are resources. On the right-hand side, if you see, we get these templates. Okay. And if I want to create something great, okay, let me just click on that, and you see the dolphins are already there on my presentation. Okay. But it will still stay in the template, and I can keep on working on this template here. Okay. So these are great ways, by which we can also another advantage of Microsoft. For any reason, our the system gets down or it gets corrupt, and we cannot access the files from our system. If they are on the drive, we just go onto the drive and access them from here. A great way, and if the system is backed up on the drive, nothing to beat that. Okay, so with that, I'm now moving over into the Apple ID. Okay, sharing screen from the Apple. Okay, this is the Apple ID. Okay, and like I said, although I do have Apple products, but I don't use them much. Okay. But still, nevertheless, we will take a tour of the Apple space. First things first, sign in using the Apple ID. Yes, this is there. I sign in, and when I sign in, my password is also saved here. It will ask me for it. Apple is very, very secure from the safety point of view. So no questions, and there are what we call it, there is no shortcut to that. Okay, so it will ask for these kind of questions, and we need to be ready to respond to that. Okay, I say trust, and then we are into the iCloud. Hopefully, yes, there we are. And within this, we access all the things that are there. Okay, if we have any photos, we can access the photos there. And from here also, we access the iCloud Drive. Clicking on iCloud Drive, we move in, and this is iCloud. At the bottom again, we see it says that 4.94 GB available. That is the amount of space that is here. From this place, if I wish to upload files, I click on this, and it takes me to my system. Okay, and for a moment, let's see. Let's check on desktop. There should be something basics demo, and I open it, and when I open it, basics demo comes up here. Okay. So although I'm using a Windows computer, okay, but I can access this if I download the iTunes, and with the iTunes, I can do anything. Besides that, at the top here, we have this plus sign. If I need to create a folder, I just click on that, and I create this folder here. Okay, and hitting this, I can name it or upload files also. Besides that, if I need to share this, I can share this also. So all the, files, all the systems, they work in a similar way. Sharing is there, uploading is there, downloading is there, creating is there. So yes, in the Apple storage, we do not get those resources because Apple is, to the best of my knowledge, is not. I mean, it doesn't produce any kind of those word processing applications. It does not offer that, and since that is not there, so we are simply into into all these things here. Yes, only these applications we can access. Okay, if there is pages, if we need to create a document, we can create those pages here, and so on and so forth. So this was the Apple this thing. And like I shared, once again, all of them are cloud storage, very commonly used. And if used in the right way, we do not, right way in the sense that if our storage, if we control the files that we store, and if we manage them properly, then this amount of space is decent enough. Yeah. So during the session, what we did was we exchanged information on what is cloud services and some popular, free cloud storage services, and how to use them, and how to access them, and during the course, of course, how to manage the cloud storage, especially. Thanking you all again for your valuable time.